Hello, good evening, everyone. Hope you are doing well and enjoying your days. It has been a while. We haven't go with the session on Saturday, but for some reasons, like I was a little bit busy. But right now, we come back again for I think it's the final one for dotNet Labs. And before we move on to a new topic and a new project in general, we'll wait as always just a little bit to get some viewers, everyone get notified, and the laptop. So thanks for joining, Afshan and Raman. We have first a question: can you make a video list about Identity Server 4? I think for now there is no plans for Identity Server basically, at least for the upcoming period, because the schedule somehow is full of like, let's say there is many things planned. So this is why like Identity Server right now is not on the list. And so yeah, but anyway, we have a full series about ASP.NET Identity, and we have also covered Azure Active Directory for Microsoft accounts in the Blazor Outlook calendar, and we have also covered Azure B2C in Active Directory B2C in Tickets Basket. So I think like there is somehow yeah, for the authentication part we have covered very well for the upcoming period. And we have another one, like make videos about gRPC. Actually, yeah, this is a very good thing. I have like, gRPC right now is booming, and personally I haven't like done that things with that. So I think this is a very good idea to consider making or talking about this topic. This is going to be so great. So going back to dotNet Labs, basically, as you know, we have implemented the API and the client side, almost all the stuff related to the video. It's wasn't that complicated thing, but at least it shows you that how you can go ahead and like do something from the beginning, how you plan, especially if you are like a beginner and you are just watching, okay, I have learned these concepts, how I can put them together in a little bit like good way to have something that works. And we covered all of the stuff. So right now what we are going to do is simply we will just go to talk about just managing the playlists, add, delete, and update. It's going to be very simple and straightforward. And at the end, we will just publish the project. Maybe we can do something in the index. And yeah, this is it. I hope like you have enjoyed it, or if you followed along the course and you have done something, if you struggled somewhere, then just let me know so we can help each other to pass on this. So we have Femi, thanks for your comment. We have nice job. How I can view my IIS public IP hosted Blazor app? I can't view from outside the network. I view my IIS public IP hosted. You mean like you have hosted your Blazor application on the IIS, and like what do you mean basically by your public ID? Because basically you can host your Blazor app and on the IIS like just straightforward. But on the local network, if you are hosting it publicly and we want to access this like throughout the full network, I think in this case you have to consider first having a fixed IP for your server. This is number one. And number two, or there is another choice. There is some services, basically I don't know their name. I can like make a search for this, and then have a host. Okay, hosted it on a public IP. I still like didn't get the point, but maybe there is one of the tools. We are going to make a quick research about their name that that you can use. And if you want, if this is just for testing, so then you can like make a tunnel between your local host and your this public IP basically provided by that service. And in this case, you can access it from everywhere. But Public IP in IIS, like I still like didn't get the point very well, because if IIS, you know, like you will have to have a server, not IIS Express if you are using Visual Studio. Maybe I didn't get the point very well. This is why like I cannot answer it 100%. We have, you are great, my pro. Way, thanks. So now I'm gonna share my screen and share screen. Okay. So here we go. This is where we left the project in the last time. I'm going to run it just to see what we have implemented and think that still. We have Adrian, greeting from South Africa. Hey, dear, thank you so much for joining. Okay, thanks. Yeah, that would be great if you put a good explanation. Then we can help each other to discover the issue. So. Let's tell OneDrive to stop pause 24 hours. Okay, this is great. Yeah, Blazor Fluent UI is huge. This is one of the reasons that I didn't like to proceed with the client side so much. The app's taking too much time to load, but yeah, anyway, it's working right now. So yeah, you see, this is what we have implemented. We have the videos, we have the playlists. We have done some good stuff like pagination, server side and client side. Basically, if you followed, I think you have like assumed that you will learn something. Okay, so great. And one of the things that we have mentioned is the videos add. Okay, I totally forget about create video / create. It's not /add. So if we go to /create, yeah, here we don't have access because, you know, I have to be admin. So I will log out and I will log in with the admin account. So I will go back to /videos / create. So here we go. You can see that we can add some comments. This basically needs to be improved. We need to work with validation. We need to work with multiple things to make it 100% perfect. But for initialization of the first step, that was great. Many to be covered, and this course will be more enhanced, like behind the scenes. I will convert all of this into using Blazor or Ant Design. So yeah, you will see the repository will be updated always on GitHub, and probably in this week many things will be updated, and I will make then one video about the total new changes what I have done, so you can get the basic things. So right now, as I've said, you have to work with playlists, and each playlist is about title and description. So it's very simple to go ahead with that for implementing add and edit. And also for the show them, we are going to use this, just like what you have done for the videos. So the admin will have a button here to edit and delete, while basically the user will not be able to do so. And we will still have at the end only one process, which is assign, let's say, assign video to a playlist. And that's it. So we have tea or coffee. No, this is tea. Basically, this is a very good question. This is tea. It's my favorite. I don't know if you prefer tea or coffee, but I could assume that you prefer tea, maybe. Okay. So now I will go to playlists, and let's try not to use a full form. And meanwhile, let's go to Blazor Fluent UI. And maybe we can try to use modal pop-ups for this purpose. So showing a pop-up that allows the user to get or add something. So here we have Not more model, show model. So here we go. We can use this basically to add or update a playlist. So this is a reason why we have to open .NET Labs here. Let's search for Blazor Fluent UI, Blazor Fluent. Okay. So from the model page, okay, this is the model that you can see, and this one will show the model and hide it, basically. This is the button. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this, copy it from here until this one over here. Okay, great. Now in the components, video ticket, I will create a new one like this one is add, edit, playlist, like that. Great. I will paste this model over here. Okay, look at that. This is, we don't need this. And you'll have a parameter over here. This parameter called pool is open. Then we can pass this value for this one. Is blocking. Let's remove this container class on dismiss. Let's see what they are using on dismiss over here. Okay, is open is false. So this is cool. I think do that just like this. Open equals false directly. And for close model, open equals false. Or yeah, because we are going to open this from outside and close this, here we are going to use the bindable properties. So what we should do is like there's going to be a property in the playlists page, and it's going to be binded for this one. So whenever we change this one from inside the component, we need it also to be changed outside the component. And in this case, we will create a specific callback that's called, it's of the same type, pool, the same type of this variable, but it's going to be called is open, or is open, let's say is open, like this, is open changed. So when you have this combination together, like we have a parameter and you have an event callback of this type of parameter and had the same name and addition concatenated with changed, this means this is a special combination, and this allows the two-way data binding. Like when you bind a parameter from outside the component to this one, then when this one will be changed, the event at the top will be changed. So here, I will have private async task, close model, async. So is opened equals false, and await is opened changed, dot invoke async, and it is, we will pass false over here. Okay, this is great. Now what we can do is simply pass close model async here. And we can do this over here, and this one became is opened. And the title Okay, the title will be based on, here we will take a parameter. This parameter will be a playlist detail, playlist detail like this. So if this parameter is null, then this is a new, this is a creation process. But if it has a value, then this means it is edit. And based on this, I will create a private field here. Pool is edit equals playlist detail, or yeah, I will keep it just like that, equals roles, and on override on the parameter set. When we set the parameter, we check if playlist detail equals to null, then, or yeah, we can do this shorter, is edit equals playlist detail not equals to null. If it's null, then this is a creation process, and if it's not null, so this is an edit process. And yeah, this is great. And the title of the model will be based on this case. So I'm gonna type if is edit, then create a playlist. If not, then edit playlist detail dot name. Okay, this is great. This is great. Now over here, we will have just a simple form. I will go to create video, copy some of the code from here like that, and paste it here. Load this form. And basically we need two fields, like that. This is for video description. It's basically going to be playlist. This is for the localization. We need some injections here. I'm going to do so just in a bit. And yeah, this is all what we need. And we need, of course, the button, the is busy, and all of this stuff. So I will copy all of this and then paste it here inside the form like that. Okay, this is great. This is great. Now let's go ahead and create some private properties. Private pool is busy equals vols. Private string message equals string dot empty. And we will have private playlist detail model equals new playlist detail. So this is the model that will be bind to the form. Model, and this one dot name, and this will be bind to the description. This is great. Now let's inject at HTTP client. We need to inject iLanguage container service language just for the localization. Yeah, basically for the naming, this is very important thing. I was always named this starting with small letter, and then this is not right because this one is public, basically. Like this is a public property, and in this case, this is why it should start with a capital letter. I didn't note this when I injecting this. So this language should be capital letter as well. This is better. So doing this just like that, this is great. Now we can go to the resources file, go for English, and playlists. What is the playlists? Playlists. Create title. Create new playlist. Edit title. Edit playlist. Title is title. Sorry, it's called name here. Description is description. we have they are repeated. I think we can put them like here flat, but yeah, anyway, we already did this. So right now, what we need is just submit. Okay, this is great. Now this one is playlists, name, playlist description, playlist submit, and submit playlist async. So what this submit playlist async is gonna do, let me create this function here, public async task, submit playlist async, just like that. And basically, this one will check if it's an edited process, it will be, let's go to the Swagger page over here. And here in the playlists, we have create, this is the endpoint, and we have update. And basically, the required fields are just name and description. ID is also required for the update, but for the create, we need only the name and the description. So this is going to be very straightforward and simple. So to do so, you will see it's busy, vols is busy. Vols, sorry, here it's going to be true. And we will have this tries catch symbol over here. So what we will do in this case, we are going to type if is edit. Of course, in both cases, the response, if we check the response, it is either 200 or 400, and both are of type operation response of type playlist detail. So if you check the schema here, you'll see that operation response of type playlist detail for create and process, for create and update. So here I will type operation response, type playlist detail, result equals null. And what I'm going to do here, if it's edit, then result equals the wait HTTP client dot put JSON async, and the object that we want to submit is playlist detail. But yeah, we can remove this because it will be detected automatically, and it's API slash playlists update, and the object is the model, which is this one. And you know, if it's updated, like if we are trying to update, the process is update, then this model will be populated with this value. And what we can do is just type model.id equals playlist detail.id, model.name equals playlist detail.name, model.description equals playlist detail.description. So yeah, this case, this is the object that will be submitted to the API, and this one is just to detect, just to set the playlist detail that will be submitted to the server, and or sorry, to be edited. So right now, this one, why it's not working? And oh yeah, sorry, this is because this returns a response, and basically, yeah, this is an HTTP response. So you can see that HTTP response message response equals null. This one is the response, just like that. And else response is await HTTP client dot post as JSON async slash API slash playlist slash create, and pass the model. This model will go, you know, without ID. So this is the process of edit. This is the process of create, and both cases will return object of operation response. Either it succeeded or failed. And what we will do is operation response. Sorry, result equals response dot content dot read from JSON async, and the type is operation response. Playlist detail. This one is awaitable. Perfect. So if response dot the success status code, so this means the process has been succeeded, so the object either edited or has been added successfully. And if it's failed, what we want to show, just show a message with the result dot message. But if it succeeded, what we want to do, we want to notify the parent component about this, that hey, the playlist that you are trying to add has been added successfully, or the playlist that you are trying to add has been edited successfully, or you are trying to edit. So here we will have two parameter event callback playlist detail on playlist added or created, and we will have another one on a playlist edited, basically. Okay. You see, this is great. And right now, here we check if is edited, then we will call await on playlist edited with invoke async, and we pass the basically just the same object they passed for us, or sorry, the object we received from the database. So result dot data else await on a playlist created async, and in both cases we both the same object received from the API. So this is everything for create and edit. You have seen, like in videos, we have used two different UIs, while for the edit we have used only one. And like this one, this is very simple and it will be straightforward as well. So all we have to do is on submit delete. So it's just available and it should work very fine. Right now, we will go to the playlists page. Okay, let's go to playlists. Great. So in the page of the playlists, like, we have, this is the playlists collection, and we have onSelect playlist. And basically this one, we are going to add, we are going to use a very cool component available for us here, which is the comment bar. We will add a comment bar on top of the playlist collection. And once one is selected, the edit will be available. And once it is, there is no selected, the add button will be available for us. So let's go to the code and see how we can integrate this comment bar. Okay. So items. Okay, great. So we go ahead, we take this comment bar, pfu comment bar. I'm going to add it on top of the playlist here, just like that. And those are the items. Let's check what are the items over here. Okay, pfu comment bar item. Okay, here we go. It is this list. And let me go ahead and create that list. I will create a region for the comment bar. Private list of pfu comment bar items equals new. Okay, text add icon name equals add And we need on a click. Yeah, we have this on a click. We're going to create this handler just in a bit. And what else do we have to key, which is 1? Okay, so I'll add key equals, I'll call it add instead of 1. At the end, do this. This is basically the weak point of using the Fluent UI, because, like, you know, the Fluent UI it's not that efficient. Like, there is no need to make this over here. Basically, we should have a mechanism to add the commands, like here, just a PFU command item, and I can have more flexibility over the design and over the stuff. But this is what Blazor Fluent UI doesn't provide for us. This is the weak point that makes so hard to use, at least for now. So I hope there is going to be some good definitions for this in the future. So okay, right now we have this comment bar right now, and it has those items. BFU comment bar. This is one for add and one for edit. I'm gonna run the project to see how this one looks like. And we have what happened in where exactly? Okay, this is weird. Sorry for that, we forgot this. Okay, so if we go to playlists, so you can see right now we have this like little command bar here. We have those two buttons, add and edit. So the edit will work only if we select any of those, but the add should work like it's always should be available. When you click, we should see the model pop up to add a new one. And when you click edit, we should select one, click edit, and then we'll be able to edit that. So now to implement this, I will add private void like command bar clicked, command bar item. It will take, let's see, on a click, item clicked args item, clicked event args, key, just like that. P dot key equals add, and else P. So this one will edit and this one will add. So let me go ahead and add basically add edit playlist. I have this one over here. Playlist detail equals selected. Here I should create a private playlist detail selected playlist equals null by default. And whenever we select a one, say equals the playlist selected from the list view of the selected. And then I will bind this one for this, like that. And we have is opened. Here I will add a private pool is model opened equals vault by default. Then I will bind this. But I'm not gonna do it like that, just directly is opened equals this. I'm gonna type @bind is opened. You see, I have like this one, I can bind is opened, and this is just because I have is opened and I have is opened changed. So it's a two-way that I bind it. And yeah, so even when you change the value of is opened, it's going to be reflected also in the parent component. And this is a very powerful feature available in Blazor. So I'll type is opened, model opened. Okay, like that. And we still have on playlist created and on playlist edited. So yeah, before we implement this, let's just run the project and make sure they are just working. So is model opened. I'm gonna set it here to is model opened equals true. And if it's add, then selected the playlist equals null, because you know the is add or edit process is happened using this one. If this one is not null, so this means the process is edit. But if it's null, then we are trying to add a new one. So this is why here we should type is edit and set those values of the model to yeah, so they will be reflected in the form. And if selected playlist is null, then just do nothing basically, because the user has to select one of the playlists. Okay, now let's try to deal with this. But we have an error over here. Where is that? Yeah, on command on a click. Okay, so we will have it like that. Yeah, and this one will be E. We pass those event args just like this. Initializer cannot reference the non-static field method. Okay, so I think it's a good idea to initialize this list in the onInitialized async task. Okay, where is the onInitialized? We don't have it over here, so we'll add override onInitialized. We set the values of the items. Okay, this is great. Now let's run the project and see how this will looks like. Okay, great. I'll go to playlists. And of course, one of the things that we should do is to hide this from a non-admin users. So this will be only for the admins. So what's going to happen if we click add? Okay, well, nothing is happening and I cannot see the playlist. This is interesting. I should set a breakpoint over here. Okay, what happened with this? Okay, if we click on add, here we go, we got the breakpoint. So this value has been set to true, but the playlist detail or the playlist modal doesn't show up. And if we go to add edit playlist, if you look at this, is open. It's set to true. So this one should be seen over here. Let me go to the modal page and also take another look at what they have over here. Maybe I missed something. Oh, I think we need this layer host, which is I think this layer host is the component that are responsible for the process of showing those components. Let's see. Okay, let's see. I'll remove this breakpoint. Oh, still, I cannot see this component shown anywhere. That modal. Okay, interesting. So let's see model container override. Let's see where this class is coming from. Model container override. So if I check components, models. This is so complicated. You have to make it work instead of creating a specific page for it, which is, I don't like to do so. And Blazor model page. Oh, this is tough. I didn't know why I changed this, or why I chose this, basically. This is so complicated, and I think we did all the right things, like they mentioned over here. We have to use the PFU layer host, and we already did that for the PFU model. Okay, this is complicated. I think, unfortunately, the best approach is to go not with using like the model. We have to go with something else to not waste the time, especially that this is the last session, because I couldn't stand this anymore. Okay. Now this is cool. Now we have this component. We don't have is opened anymore, and is open changed just like that. And we have all of this stuff. It's supposed to work. Okay. Now, if we go to playlists, over here, we should find a way to show this, to edit or update those playlists. So I'm gonna run the project. Just to find a page for this, to be able to show where to edit or update. Close model async. We don't need this anymore. Okay. This page is not showing up. Let's remove this first. Then run the project. Yeah, basically this app is just a set of, let's say, a place where you have a playlist and you have a videos that basically mention videos in YouTube. This is the general idea of this app. So you have a playlist, you have videos, and you can watch the videos. Basically, the video, as I've said, like it's embedded from YouTube. Yeah, this is the general idea. So here we go. I think we can show this component of the edit and create on top of this list. like we can show it and hide it on top of this list. I think this is not the perfect solution, but better than wasting the time just looking at how the model will work while it's supposed to work like so smoothly. But unfortunately, this is not the reality. So here we have is model opened. I will add here at if is model opened. And within it, I will add edit playlist detail equals selected playlist. Like that. Okay, great. Now I'm just gonna try to see how this will look like. Yeah, it's nice. Basically, the idea is not bad, and we have implemented something very good through the server side and the client side if you haven't watched it or followed along from the beginning of this course. But we have chosen the wrong UI components, and this is why like we struggle all the time, and we waste a lot of time basically just trying to figure out how this works, writing some CSS. So yeah, but still, so this ad is not showing the component for us. It's setting its model to open. Okay. Yeah, basically, yeah, of course, you should use one of the frameworks available. This is what we have done over here, but there is multiple frameworks, and I've chosen this just because it followed the Microsoft design, and it was incomplete. Basically, it's not ready yet for production or developing app. It's not still documented. So I said, okay, let's try it, and we can learn it through the course. But yeah, it's still, unfortunately, it's like I think it looks too far from being ready for building apps. This is the problem with it. But okay, anyway, we are trying the best to make it work. At least for the session to cover the concepts, and then sure we are going to renovate this into another one. But for now, oh, this is so weird. Okay. It's opened. And if I check the output window, why this one is not showing up whenever. Okay, I'll remove this. And I'll run the projects through open in terminal, dotNet watch run, so we can able to see all the changes directly. Watch run. Yeah, thanks. Okay, so the playlist is not being shown at all. If we see here, is it available over there? Okay, this is the comment bar. You have the items collection. And the full component is here. Save that. Okay, this is not the admin. Let's make sure we log in with the admin account. test@dotnetlabs.com. test.123, log in. Here we go. Okay, this component is not showing up. So I will go to add edit playlist, and let's take a look over here. What is basically so I will try to remove, comment this part, keep just the form, click save. Oh, this is so weird. Okay, here we go. We have finally have seen the component over here. It exists. I think the problem was with maybe this one. But okay, no problem. At least it works right now. And let's go to playlists and make sure just to show it in case is model opened. Okay, remove. Add. Okay, save. Hello, dear. Thank you so much for watching and following. Okay, so right now it's hidden. If we click add, we should see it. But unfortunately, this is what is happening. This is driving me crazy. Let's try to save again and reload. Okay, this one doesn't seem to be working. Some of the components are broken over here, this PFU stack. So leave it outside. This is so bad. To be able to complete, I couldn't understand any of the logic, like what happens inside those components. Let's see. Okay, now I can see it. This is weird. Let's try to type a name like test playlist, test playlist description. Click on submit. So here we go. Let's see if this one is added. So I have to go for the videos page and go back to playlists. And okay, it has been added, but oh, this component is so weird. So look at that. Whenever I change this, I select this one. So basically, this is getting reflected because I have the selected playlist over here. And once this one is selected and I have those values, so this means I'm editing it. So I will type test 10, for example, or a 10. And I will fix this description and click submit. Okay, right now it should be updated. If we go to videos, go to playlists. So here we go. It has been updated. So the logic of the app is just working fine. So just we have the issue in showing with those components. So the last thing I should do for this to make it 100% works fine is to update, is to subscribe for unadded and unedited. So I add this directly to the page over here. And to do that, I will use unedited, on a playlist created, and on playlist edited. Oh, playlist edited like that. Playlist edited. Sorry, this one created. I'm gonna go ahead and create those two methods. Void on playlist created, playlist detail. List. And on playlist edited, list detail, list. So right now, those two events will be fired whenever a new playlist added or a new playlist edited from within basically this component, and this will push this to the parent component. So right now, and as you know, all the playlists are existing is within this collection. So what we should do is to pass this from here to here. And to do this, let me go to the playlist collection. So as you can see, this is the component that basically retrieves all the playlists for us. And what I'm gonna do is to add a function here, a public function called add playlist. Playlist detail list. Okay. And I will add another one, edit playlist. Okay, like that. So I'm going to reference this component from the parent component, and I will add this. You can see here that we are making a for each or iterating over this playlists list that you can see over here, which is here. So what I will do is I will type playlists dot add this playlist. And for the editing, I'm just going to edit the name and the description of the item that has been selected from basically this one. So the edited item is the same for the selected playlist. This is the item that has been edited. And if we want to fetch this from the list, we can type var edited playlist equals playlists dot singular default key.id and edited playlist dot name dot id equals to the selected playlist dot id name equals playlist dot name and edited playlist dot description equals playlist dot description. So those two functions, one will update and one will edit. So let's see how we are going to call this from the parent component. So I will go to this one, and I will create or reference an instance over here, like a private playlist collection, playlists collection equals to null by default, and then I will use the @ref attribute @ref equals playlist collection. So right now, the instance of this that existing in the UI as an object will be available for me in this object. So I have access for all the methods existing over here, and I can simply call playlists, but add this one and this one, dot edit, and pass this. I will save. And one last thing I want to do is to go for add edit playlists, and whenever I add a new one, like here in the process of the creation, if it created it successfully, I just want to reset, like model equals a new one. So this will get an empty text box. So I will click save. And right now, I think everything will logically work perfect. But from the UI perspective, it's bad. But yeah, I will do my best in the weekend to translate all of this application into probably we are going to use ant design. And so you will have a fancy UI and a great logic behind the scenes. So this will be so great. Right now, so let me try to add a new playlist. So another playlist. This is an innovative name, some cool description here. So I will click on submit, adding, great. As you can see, it's directly like the fields become empty because I have set the value of the model to a new one. And if I scroll to the end, I can see another playlist existing here without refreshing the page because we are inserting that directly. And let's try to edit how the edit will work. If I click on test2, test edited name, and turn Blazor UI and components, some cool stuff. Let's click on submit. Oh, here we go. Look at that. We have this test edited name. We have learning Blazor and components. So this is just great. Everything is just working very fine for us. So there is only one function remaining for us, which is assigning a video to playlists. But I think with this UI, we cannot. It's somehow difficult to do this, and it's going to take too much time. So at the moment, we have done some good thing, but still, like in every session, a lot of time just getting wasted on discovering some component that doesn't work at the end. So like I hope you understand all of the stuff that we have done. We have basically, regardless working with the model, we have done some good things. Combining the edit and the create at the same point. We have seen how to use model event callbacks and how to use the ref. Okay, here We have used ref to mention an instance of this one, and within this one we have 2 methods to update the list inside. So I think that was some good stuff from a Blazor perspective. But from the UI, like I promised, the best UI will be available for this app like within this week, hopefully in the weekend. And I think this is enough for this session, and to making like a regular sessions for this course. The plan right now is to re-innovate the app, making it available on GitHub, and then make a little bit long one session just to discover the changes I have made and how the UI like became, how the functions will be available for using the new UI components. I will go, as I've said, either with Mud Blazor or with Blazor and Design. So antiblazor.com. Both are great. Both are very easy to use. But I didn't know why I chose to go with Fluent UI. But yeah, this is what happened. So as you can see here, we have some fancy, great components, very easy to use, out of the box. And this one as well. So the dialogues over here, this one is so great, just working very fine. And look at the code, how to use that. It's very, very, very simple. And we have this. It's also great. Oops, what happened? We have to refresh this maybe. Okay, go to components. Oh, the website seems down a little bit maybe. We can visit their GitHub. Yeah. Okay, here we go. So you see, Design is just great, and they have about 3,000 stars on GitHub. So that's just amazing, and it's also very, very easy to use. So I think we are going to migrate to this UI, and this is the plan for the dotNet Labs for the upcoming weekend. And for the upcoming course, we are going to go just a little bit high with the level. We are going to, again, as any other course available on this channel, we are just making projects. You know, we don't go ahead and teach some stuff from scratch and how to do things, because you can find great courses about all of this stuff on other YouTube channels or on a Blazor site, LinkedIn Learning. So here we just build the projects and we just make real things. So the upcoming course, I'll make sure to come up with a great idea. The level, as I've said, is going to be a little bit advanced, and many new things to learn and to discover together. But for the next one, we are not going to cover some beginner stuff. It's going to be a little bit advanced, like we will put all the concentration on the architecture of the project, on leveraging some powerful cloud services from Azure, and so on, to see how we are going to take advantage of this in the business applications. So yeah, this is what's coming. I hope you enjoyed this journey. And yeah, that's everything. If you have any questions, please let me know before we terminate this session. Yeah, basically, Design is so great. I have tried Mud Blazor, and I have just made a sample with Design, and they are both so great. But the good thing about Design, it has a variety of components more than Mud Blazor, especially when it comes to charts and graph. Like, you will find great stuff, but their website is down right now, maybe for a reason, I don't know. But yeah, still, it's a great, and probably I will implement the upcoming, or this project is with Design. And I really hope to see Microsoft Blazor Fluent Design available, like, for public, better than what it is right now, like, hopefully. So yeah, this is everything. thank you so much, everyone, for joining along all of this course for the last 2 months, maybe. And see you in the upcoming one. And from now, the upcoming one will have better quality, better experience, and better project idea. So thank you so much for watching and following along. And you can, for the latest updates for the upcoming courses, ideas, and this stuff, you can find all of this on Twitter at AhmedMuzaffar99. I'll make sure to put the link in the description box. So thanks for watching, and see you in the upcoming course. Bye-bye.